Alright, well, here's a story for you guys. This story is about how I got banned from Six Flags for a year and a day. It happened this summer going into my freshman year of high school. Me and a couple buddies thought it would be funny if we went up to Six Flags, got on the Scooby Doo ride, and jump off while the ride was going and break things, and then get back on the boats right before we got done with the ride so we would never get caught. We did this several different times over that summer with either just a couple guys or a ton of guys. If we had a couple boats, we would stop the boats in there and run them into each other. And actually, if you don't know what the Scooby Doo ride is, then it looks like this. It's just boats basically going through like a little tunnel, and then scary figures of Scooby Doo pop out and try to scare you. Well, we would get off and punch those things in the face, break them, throw them on the ground. I don't know, just really idiotic things to do. And so this is towards the end of the summer, and me and just two of my friends went up to Six Flags, and we rode the Scooby Doo ride about 6, 7 times, and nothing happened. Never got caught. And then the last time, right before one of our parents picked us up, me and another guy decided to go on the Scooby Doo ride one more time. The third guy that was with us decided he wanted to go ride something else because he got tired of jumping off and breaking stuff and messing stuff up. So me and my buddy, we get off and we're breaking stuff. We got a kind of a list of things that we want to mess up in there. And right at the end of the ride, there's these little like paper mache rocks. So he decides to be funny to pick one up and just launch it against our little boat. Well, it wasn't too funny because that rock ended up right in front of our boat, about 5 feet up, where we couldn't grab it in the water, and we were coming around the last turn into the gates right then. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, "Hey, go get it! Jump in the water! Like, get the rock, please!" And little do I know, there's a rock floating behind us too. I also may have kicked one, but I didn't think it went in, and then until we turned around. So we pull up to the gate, and there's like four like workers there that help you like get off the boats and stuff, and they're like, "What the hell is this? Like, why are these rocks floating in here?" And so my buddy's like, "There's these kids in there. They're hiding out. They're like throwing rocks and stuff." So immediately, all these workers like get on their walkie-talkies, like, "Hey, like you need to come to the front. The Scooby Doo ride, kids are breaking stuff." So me and my buddy start walking out, and as soon as we get out of like the ride, where like the ride is, he takes off like towards the front gate of Six Flags, and he's around the corner, and I'm just walking. I'm trying to like be smooth so I don't get caught and look like we're in trouble. And I walk, and I don't don't get too far, and all of a sudden I hear a huge like a whistle blowing just from far away. So I know it. I just know it's me. So I turn around. Of course, there's a security guard running right after me, which is just great too. That's a really great feeling. So security guard catches me, and he asked if I did it. I told him no. I told him the kids did it, and he's like, "Well, it'd be a whole lot easier, and you'd get in a lot less trouble if you just tell me the truth now." So, well, I got a kind of a guilty conscience, so I caved, and I told him that it was us. So he made me call my buddy, who was already out of the park and in our other friend's car, mom's car at the time, because we didn't even have our licenses. They both had to come back into the park and meet me right outside the Fudge Factory, if any of you know where that's at, which the security guard office is right above that. As funny as that, as funny as that is. So we're up there, and they split me and my buddy up into different rooms to see if our stories match up, which of course they did. But the funniest part right before that is when me and my buddy that were on the ride got caught. Our other buddy had a huge turkey leg that looks something like this, and he didn't get in any trouble, but it was just funny because he had a big turkey leg, and if you knew the kid, it would be a lot funnier. But so they split me and my buddy up, and we get the story straight. Well, and one of the cops had a Hawaiian shirt on too, so that's just how professional he is. So basically, they made us call our parents, and they had to come pick us up, and we each lived half an hour away from Six Flags. So my mom was really happy about that. They made us pay a $200 fine for breaking paper mache rocks, which was a joke. They took away our season passes, and they also banned us for a year and a day. They said if we were ever on the premises again within that year, that they would arrest us on the spot and we'd never be allowed to go back, which would have really devastated me because that place is so great. And then, so I was pretty sad, and I was just more upset that my mom and dad were gonna yell at me. So on the way home, I was pretty quiet, and I was like, I know I'm gonna get grounded. Just sorry, it was dumb. I won't do it again. My mom was pretty mad, but I think she actually started laughing by the end of the car ride home just because it was so ridiculous. And when I got home, my dad was laughing about it too because he just knew it was ridiculous. We broke some paper mache rocks. My mom was more worried about getting a call from Six Flags security. She probably thought I fell off a ride or something. But luckily, I didn't. I just broke stuff on a ride. And if you ever want to get banned from Six Flags for a year and a day, go ahead and jump off the Scooby-Doo ride and break anything that you can. But be careful doing it. And I do not advise you guys to do that either. Thanks.